Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Married at First Sight, season 19, episode 5. If you are new here, then welcome. I'm sorry, episodes 5 and 6. Honey, let's just get this on out the way. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, y'all, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. Megan and Derek. So she's still upset because how dare he actually want to see and get to know her, let alone ask her why she's not trying to get to know him. The car ride home was awkward. Neither one of them is saying a word. And now Derek is saying that he feels guilty for making her upset. Sir, you did not do anything wrong. This is not healthy. Okay, it's not. It is okay to inquire. It's okay to talk to her about it. It's okay to wonder why she's not inquiring about you. Megan, you have to grow up. Okay, you really do. Like, it's just getting ridiculous at this point. And side note, I didn't mention it on last week, but the two of them look like siblings. Maybe that's what's wrong. Maybe their parents are cousins. I don't know. This just don't make no damn sense to me because I'm trying to figure out why she gets upset at any little question. Megan, you should have stayed by your damn self. Brittany and Will. So now she's back in the room because remember she was downstairs eating her chicken strips and honey mustard child. She's back. It's tense. She changes into her PJs. She's getting ready for bed. So then he says, well, where did you go? She said, I went to get some food. He said, does that happen often? Now, when he said that, I was sitting here like, what you mean? Her getting hungry? Like, what? Does what happen often? Like, what is happening? And then she says, what? Child, me and you both lost. But he meant, do you leave and not say anything often? He said, you leaving. Well, why did you do that? Now, she did apologize because she told him that she was going to shower and she completely left the room. Yeah, ma'am, you cannot do things like that. Okay, I know that y'all are so used to being all the women who independent. Throw your hands up at me. Shout out to Beyonce and the crew. Okay, shout out to Destiny's Children. But you cannot just get up and leave. Question, tell me what you think about me. I got my own diamonds and I buy my own things. Like, you cannot just get up and do whatever you want. And I think I just made up some words, but you shouldn't do it. You just should do it, honey. You should not do it. Now, he wanted to know if she thought about the conversation that they had earlier. She says to him, yeah, I'm sorry for comparing you to Megan. He said, oh, no, it's not that. It's just that I'm the one that's asking the questions. Yet you said you were the one asking the questions. Sir, do you want credit? What do you want? What is the end game? Because it is clear that y'all don't see it the same way. So rehashing it isn't going to get you anywhere, especially not right now. Well, I'm not understanding how you take yourself out of a conversation that blow up shawaited the way that it did, so much so that she's now shutting down and removing herself from the room, which was crazy. And now you're here wanting to rehash that yet again before we go to bed. Let's not do that. The way that these two communicate is a mess, honey. It is not effective at all. Now, what I did like is how Will took the initiative to try to find a resolve. So he got up, he went over to her side of the bed, he hugged her, he kissed her, he told her, you know what, maybe we may need some time to sort things through. If you need 5 hours, cool. If I need 5 hours, cool. He then wants them to agree after cooling off that they come back and revisit whatever it is that they were upset about. Now, she did agree to that. I really and truly like the fact that Will did that because had he not taken the initiative, tomorrow would have been more of the same. And Brittany is one of those people that sometimes you just have to show her. I don't quite get it. And I know that, a lot of our relationships come with baggage, but it's giving very much bag lady. We're going to have to drop off some of those bags. Erykah Badu said it best. Bag lady, you going to hurt your back. Dragging all them bags like that. Put them down, baby. Okay? Put them down. Moving forward. Derek and Megan. So Megan is saying, they talked and she's like, you know what? I'm just not used to having uncomfortable conversations. Girl, it don't seem like you're used to having no conversations. Because I watched all 3 of these episodes, baby, and something is wrong with you. Okay? Allegedly. But she says she's going to try. So there's that. So they decide to play this card game. There's a game of questions. His sister gave them this game when they got married. So they're sitting out on the hammock. And she's telling him that normally she's an avoider and she shuts down and she doesn't like to talk things through. So she's trying to get to a point where she can be more vulnerable. So then he says, well, I'm the same. And I used to avoid heavy topics, but I'm doing this now because I really want things to work. So the next question is, what are your perceptions about having kids? He says he wants 2 to 3. She said, we're going to have to start right now because 3 is a lot. Okay, so that is why I think that Megan is the mystery voice behind the I'm pregnant. I think she's the one that says I'm pregnant. I hope not. Okay, but I think she may be the one. Now it's out of her and Jalen. I'm leaning more towards Megan, but the voice kind of sounds like Jalen. But y'all comment down below, tell me who y'all think it is. But either way, child, I don't think it should be happening now. Jalen and Josh. Child, these 2 want to be the it couple so bad, honey. She says she's so happy and she has the best husband in the world, honey. No flaws whatsoever. Patrick and Rhonda. Will and Britt. So they go on a double date. They're going on a double date bike ride on these 2-seater bikes. And the ladies go off to one side and the guys go off to the other. So Rhonda and Britt start talking. So Britt is telling Rhonda that they're realizing that they are 2 different people. And so then she tells Rhonda about how, she got upset after they had an argument and she walked out. And Rhonda said, well, that's your independent self. Britt said, yeah, I need her to go away. Rhonda said, no, she doesn't need to go away. You need to keep your independence. INDEPENDENT. Do you know what that means? Keep your independence. Baby, keep your independence. So then they talk about Rhonda's marriage. So Rhonda tells her that her and Pat were talking about their last relationships and when they ended. And hers was a while ago, like a long while ago. His was 6 months ago. And it was a 3-year relationship. I said, say what now? Now, Pat, what is really going on, honey? Because I feel like something is not right. You're only divorced since 2020. You were in a 3-year relationship after that. No marriage. It ended 6 months ago. The math is not mathing at all. That is super recent. Do you still love this person? Do you still like this person? Did this person dump you or was it a mutual agreement? Did you dump the person? Is Rhonda a rebound? Are you doing this so you can feel better? Like, what went on? These are questions that need answers because 6 months ago? So then she says, I'm just trying to figure out how in 6 months did you marry a stranger? She said that he kind of felt judged, but she was just wondering, is this something that you're really ready for? Or are you just trying to fill the gap after this breakup? Like, please let me know something. Okay. I would be trying to figure it out as well. I think that's valid. Patrick, are you also a serial monogamous? Baby, these men just want a woman there. Do you hear me? They just want a woman to fill those voids. It don't matter who it is. It's just not making any sense. Patrick is over there telling Will that there are concerns about how they got to where they are now. Yes, very valid concerns. 6 months ago, did you even give yourself time to heal? And you were acting like you were just this man who was in this long marriage full of suffrage. And you got out because there was no intimacy and you've just been by yourself. You were in a full-blown relationship for 3 whole years. And now here you are over here with Rhonda. Rhonda says to Brittany, she said, you know what? That ex in that last marriage really messed him up. And he is super sensitive and insecure. And I do not want a insecure man. Okay, I don't. Do I look like Issa Rae? Hell no. Moving forward. Day 6 of marriage. So today is the couple's boat day. This is when everything gets a little spicy. These boat rides are very, very telling. So they get to the boat. They're drinking. They're talking. Rhonda starts it off with the questions because I guess she's in charge of the questions this season, honey. She's in charge. So Jalen says, well, Josh was telling me that he's falling in love with me and I'm kind of feeling the same. So everybody's like, ooh, child, anyway. So then Will says, we had a few bumps, okay, but we just need to learn more about each other. But waking up to her, she's just so gorgeous. And everybody's like, oh my God. And then she looks at him and says, you're gorgeous. We make a damn good looking couple. Okay, hold him up, swallow him up. because the two of you are playing in my face. Will, I peeped your game. Okay, now normally I would have been like, oh, okay, they're getting on the same page. That's sweet. But I'm going to reserve my oohs and ahs for after the honeymoon, because y'all say a whole lot on these honeymoons. Ikechi did the exact same thing. I can't wait to get MM alone. And when he got her alone, he treated her like crap. Okay, when y'all get to that shared apartment, something in your spirit just shifts. There are a lot of different emotions that take place when you're on vacation. The sexuals, the fun, the freedom. You know, you release your inhibitions. Everything is great. But when you get back to the real world, it's like, dang, I don't even know if I just really like him. Listen, I went up the mountain to save my marriage several times on a vacation. And we saved it for a minute. Okay, we saved it. But then as soon as we got back home, we went on down to the courthouse, honey. Moving forward. So then Megan and Derek are saying that they had small bumps in the road, but they're talking more, they're laughing more and getting more comfortable. They laughed for about 10 minutes. They didn't realize that the phone was recording them. I'm like, it should be recording you for quality assurance, because y'all can't be trusted. Okay, 1 minute you're up, Megan, and the next minute you're down, Derek. So the two of you, child, please, goodbye and good night. So then Chad says, yeah, the two of us were just enjoying the honeymoon, taking it easy, getting to know each other the natural way. So after this brief intermission, because this was boring, I was like, y'all don't even give me no tea. Normally on the boat, I can figure y'all out, but y'all gave absolutely nothing. So then they jump into the water with the exception of Jalen, Britt, Belinda, and Chad. Those four did not get in the water. So here comes Josh, because y'all know that's how he likes to do. Guilt tripping Jalen to jump into the water. He tells her, you know, it's a good time to change your mind, because when else are you going to get a chance to jump off a boat? Hopefully never. Okay? Here he goes, trying to make her enjoy what he enjoys. Josh, it is okay. Relax. Y'all can have separate interests. I feel like Josh is selfish. Now, I'm calling it right now. I do not think that Josh wants to be independent from his partner. He wants them to be identical to him. From what I am observing so far. Now, I could be wrong, and I'm going to come back and apologize to you, Josh. But for now, I just think that you want her to be interested in everything that you're interested in, and that's crazy. Does she have a say in what she wants to do? Because it doesn't seem like it. Now, I told y'all about him last review. I said he never cares if she's comfortable or not. That's why he needed this show. Because clearly, you taking everybody to that damn Burning Man and burning them the hell up. So she decides that she's going to do it, because remember, she said she'll do anything for love. And like I said, it's going to get old pretty quick. Meanwhile, Belinda is over there panicking because Jalen doesn't like that kind of thing. She was like, I hope he knows that she panics a lot. And she got that panic from me, but she does panic. So Chad is telling her, it's okay. Her husband has her. She is fine. Okay. And it might be a little codependence happening with Belinda and Jalen. This is what I'm gathering from these episodes. So then she tells Chad, well, you know what? You said that you like diving, so I may try it. Over on the other side of the boat, Jalen says to Josh, I'm so glad that I did that. She said, you know what? I feel like it's going to be so attractive for us to see each other doing our day-to-day activities and our daily things. That's going to be so great. So you think. Josh has some stuff to him, honey, and I'm not quite sure what it is, and I haven't figured it all out yet. I'm just waiting for it to come out. Moving forward. So then Jalen starts with, I feel so lucky. I have such high hopes. You're so great. That tells me that it's about to be a fool as soon as they get to that shared apartment. Megan and Derek. So they're back from the boat, and now they're out to dinner. They're discussing how much fun they had on the boat, how everybody was lit and drunk and having themselves a good time. But side note, baby, that food looks so good. I said, oh, that food look good, honey. I don't know if I'm just hungry or what, because I have been sequestered to this TV for 3 whole hours. But baby, that food looks good to me. Do you hear me? So they're talking about Megan getting, home to her dogs. If I heard Zoe one more time, baby, I feel like me and Zoe grew up together. As many times as Derek was like, are you ready to get home to Zoe? Are you excited to see Zoe? Well, what about Zoe? I'm like, okay, Derek, we get it, honey. Of course, another dinner with only Derek asking the questions and talking, child. He talking, she just sitting there looking. Derek wants to know about the sleeping situation when it comes to the dogs, because he's heard, that dog snore and whatnot. She said, well, it's no worse than me jolting and your night terrors. Baby, that is going to be a house of horrors. Do you hear me? Happy Halloween. Baby, she jolted and he having night terrors. The damn dog is snoring. That is going to be Little Shop of Horrors. And that's going to be a damn mess. Brittany and Will. So they're going to do a little exploring and they sit for a spell and they start talking. She's telling him that she's enjoying herself with him. She says they both want the other people to be happy. And that's pretty much it. They're fighting for the same thing. And that's how they got there. Now, it seems that the two of them are trying, which is a good sign. I mean, they're being more affectionate. I'm not sure if I'm sold on it yet, but at least they're trying. Okay, y'all, I'm going to go and give them that. Rhonda and Pat. So they're out doing a drink making class, honey, day drinking, like the young folks like to do. Not y'all going to a drink making class immediately after getting drunk on the boat. Baby, y'all can throw them back. Do you hear me? Rhonda couldn't get her shaker out because they were making these drinks. Rhonda, you got to hit the side with some force. You got to really get in there. You got to really give it your all. So they're making a mess and they're making these drinks. Another side note, baby, that bartender was a cutie. Now that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. But when they panned that camera over, I said, yes, ma'am. And shake it like a soft shaker. He was so cute to me. So after they get done with that, they sit down. And Rhonda brings up the other night. So she's telling him, I wasn't criticizing you. I was just wondering if you're really ready for this whole marriage thing. She says she put a wall up because she was just trying to process it. Now, I find her response both valid and understandable. Because if you're on a show like Married at First Sight, and I'm coming from a relationship and my last marriage was 25 years ago, and you tell me you just got out of a 3-year marriage, a 3-year relationship 6 months ago, and now you're here jumping from that to getting married at first sight, I am going to need a minute. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. So Rhonda tells him it was about her and not him. Now, I don't think that Pat can see past himself because everything so far has been about his feelings, and it's okay for her to wonder why not only that relationship didn't work, but why did you go from that to this? Why? I mean, is the fear of not growing old alone that huge for you that you're willing to say, I'll sign up for this show? So then she said also that she felt smothered. She said, I felt like the walls were closing in on me because I'm used to having me time, being by myself, doing things on my own. So I'm going to need that when we get back to Austin and to the shared apartments, honey. I'm going to need that. Rhonda, girl, then you should not have gotten married. You should have got you a little friend. Because you have to take the husband home with you. Girl, you can't leave him. The Married at First Sight folk don't want him, honey. He can't go with Dr. Pepper's. Now, she already lives separate from her husband, so she damn sure ain't going to take yours. Y'all remember when Dr. Pepper said that she lives separate from her husband? Now, I have already told y'all several times, and if you're new here, then welcome. But I have told y'all several times that if I ever get tricked into marriage again, I am going to live separate from my husband. I don't want to live with you. That's my new normal, but that's just me. Jalen and Josh. So they're just laying out by the pool. They're talking. She's talking about how she sees life. And she wants to know how he sees life when they have kids because they both grew up very differently. He said that he loves the way that he grew up. He said, because I didn't have a lot of money and my parents weren't there, but I was raised by my grandparents. I didn't have the opportunity to play sports, but what I would do is I would explore. I would ride my bike to the park. I would do all kinds of things. Okay, no wonder he likes to be outdoors, and I get it now. I get it. She, on the other hand, grew up pretty privileged. She was like, we were always at the Children's Museum. We had big lavish birthday parties. And of course they did. Her dad played professional sports. Her parents didn't graduate from college, and she went to college, but she got distracted by her relationship. And she feels insecure about that because she didn't get a chance to finish. And she was worried that when she got married at first sight, that her husband might judge her for not finishing college. He told her, I didn't go to school. I'm fine with it. Like with our kids, we can suggest that they go to school, but they also can make their own decisions. It's fine. So then they started talking about wanting their kids to see them show love and affection to each other, because Jalen has told us countless times that her parents did not show love and affection to each other. She never saw them kiss. She never saw them hug. So she wants her kids to see it so much that they're like, okay, that's enough. Okay, if y'all kiss one more time, I might have to punish and ground my own self, honey. I'm a ground my own self. I'm not coming out of my room until I'm 18. I'm getting sick of it. So then Josh says, well, my family was very affectionate. Of course, I was raised by my grandparents. He said, and they wanted to kiss me like on the lips. The sheer look of terror in Jalen's eyes. She looked so damn scared. She was like, oh my gosh, honey. Oh my gosh. Baby, she was so horrified. Josh, honey, you might want to reel it in. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, you ain't got to reel it all the way in, but just reel it in just a little bit. Jalen said, but they were in love with each other as well, right? Honey, Jalen said, let me make sure, honey, did they love each other? Did they kiss each other? Or were they just trying to kiss you on the mouth? Like, please let me know. Now, she said it's something that she really wants for her kids, for them to be able to see her and Josh grow old together and love each other. And I feel like it's good to show your children healthy examples of love and affection. I sometimes worry about that with my own son. Like, he doesn't see me in a relationship. He doesn't see me, affectionate with another man. So I'm just wondering sometimes if that affects him. So I can completely understand Jalen's point of view with that. Chad and Belinda. Child, I forgot all about them, but hey, y'all. So they're talking about romance and what it means to them. She wants affection, and his idea of romance is doing things together, taking her places, showing her things. And she was like, well, I can just, get hugs and kisses, and that's romance to me. But I can take your way as well. Honey, I know that's right. I'll take you on lavish trips and explore the city and do nice things and go on nice dates. Take that. You deserve that. Moving forward. So Belinda is telling him that she likes him and she can see herself falling in love with him. It's really getting there. And so she's saying all these nice things about Chad. Okay, keep that in mind. He's the moon and the stars above. He's a protector. He's a defender. She's saying everything good about him. He's like, same. I like the way you balance me. You make me feel so special. When I'm with you, I'm a better me. All these things, okay? All of them. But they all revolve around what she does for him. How she makes him feel good. So then he starts acting like an 87 Chevy that's not starting because it's cold outside. Talking about, go ahead and turn the key in the ignition and put your foot on the gas. Like, why are you acting like you don't know what to say? So then the producers had to step in. They said, how does she make you feel special? He said, I'm getting there. Well, hell, get there faster. Take the expressway. Because right now we're on the scenic route. What is taking so long? What about Belinda is special? Huh? What about it? She said things about him and then he said things about him. So I guess that's a perfect match. Belinda, girl, listen to me. This is why this man is on his third marriage. We can go out together, girl, okay? Because we're in the same age group, okay? I'm 43, you are 47. We can go zippy and zoo out in the city. We can go out together. We can meet you a nice man. Austin is right down the street. I'll be there before you know it. Let's do brunch. Okay, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. Fall off in my DMs. I am all the way serious. Because the way that this man just sat here and acted like he couldn't come up with at least one thing. So now Chad is talking to the producers, acting like he done lost his mind. Talking about, can you just let us talk? Like, wow, just let us talk. The sadness on her face really pissed me off. Chad, don't piss me off. Okay, please don't go there. Do not piss me off. Moving forward. Girl, listen. Do not settle for the evil Dr. Phil. You can do better. Chad, you done really upset me, and I don't like it. I don't damn like it. Okay, she already came out of one marriage where she didn't feel loved. She was being cheated on and everything else. And I know you don't know her well, but you know her a little bit enough to say a nice word or two about her. Then he looks at the producers. He says, I'm tired. So they get up and leave. Tired of what? Not being able to answer what's special about your new wife? What are you tired of? You ain't done a lick of physical activity since y'all been here, so it can't be that. Like, what is going on? So, baby, they get back to the room. They're laying down in the bed and she's upset. Now, you can tell that she's in her head and he's not saying anything to make her feel better. She's not saying much. So then she tells him that she feels like he was disrespectful to the producers. She said, it's not just about the way you treat me. It's about the way you treat everybody, even around me. And that just shows me what type of person Belinda is. Belinda is really a stand-up person, a person with empathy. And that right there is 3 or 4 things that I've said about her. And I ain't never even kissed her in the mouth. Okay, I don't even know her. but I was able to say nice things about her. So I'm not understanding, Chad. Okay? I'm not understanding. So he was like, well, I feel like I was just expressing me being frustrated. I don't think I did anything wrong. So he apologized, but she let him know that even though he apologized, she does not let things go easily. Ooh, child. Now she held a little bit of a grudge. So she starts crying because she's fearful that he'll be upset if she thinks he's wrong and not on his side. He was like, there is no side. I'm not going to be upset if you're not all the way with me. I said, oh, child, that first husband really messed her up. He must have made her feel like either she was on his team, either she was for him or she was against him. And now she's taking that into her next relationship. This is a mess. Brittany and Will. So, baby, he done borrowed her lace blouse equipped with pearls. What is happening, honey? She's sitting there looking pissed, as I would be. Because why are you wearing this lace number with your pearls? I don't understand what's happening. She's upset because she thought everything was good, but now she's feeling rejected because he's still not ready to be intimate. Girl, you are not his type. I'm sorry. That's just the bottom line. That's just how I feel about it. I feel like Will has dated white women in the past, and you're just not a person he would normally date. He's trying to make fetch happen, but I don't believe that you're really his type. They gonna have to match y'all on more than just being black. You're black, he's black, we got a match. No, pop the balloon and let's move on. Moving forward. So he said he wants to take himself out of the equation and do everything but that. Sir, you're married. You are the equation. Like, what are you talking about? What are you saying? Like, he said that sex is the only way that she feels wanted. Listen, the visual alone of Will sitting there wearing what he's wearing would have me like the Sahara Desert. He could have kept his Vienna sausage to himself, honey. There is no reason that you should be up here upset because this man won't give you sex. Absolutely none. And to add to that, I think Brittany, okay, because I got to make sure I give you a little something. Brittany, I think you equate sex to being desirable. That's the furthest thing from the truth. Men, not all, but some, will sleep with anybody. It has nothing to do with being desirable, okay? I think you feel like if a man wants to bed you, that means that you're the standard of beauty or something. I don't know why you feel that way, but it's okay that he wants to take a step back. Right now, y'all can't even communicate without bickering. So no sex should be happening no way. So really and truly, it's a win-win. Rhonda and Pat. So they're talking about how long it's been since they lived with someone. She's nervous because it's been since 1999. Girl, not the last time you lived with a man, Cash Money was taking over. Say what now? Girl, what? Rhonda, listen, girl. I'm speaking directly to you, honey, because I was listening to you and whatnot. You kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. And I really like you, Rhonda, but you knew you were getting married. Okay, now I think maybe you just wanted companionship and you just took it too far. Because you seem like the type that'll take it too far. You want to live in your own home. You don't want anybody to touch you. And now you're upset because you're going to have to live with this man. I know you didn't think the only thing that y'all were going to do is get married, go on a honeymoon, and then go back to your separate homes. I know you didn't think that. Now, because y'all are of a particular age, maybe, just maybe, Pat might agree to that. But girl, you knew what it was when you signed up. Megan and Derek. So they're also talking about living together because, mind you, the honeymoon is coming to an end. So everybody's talking about how life is going to be when they get back to the shared apartment. So then she starts with this country versus EDM mess, telling him what hours he can listen to EDM and they have to be when she's at work. Ma'am, please wear some headphones. Okay, if it bothers you, just listen to it before y'all get home. As a matter of fact, don't even listen to music inside of your home. And that will solve that. Jalen and Josh. So they're laying in bed. They're talking about the shared apartment. Her lease is up in May, so she may have to go and live with him. So then she's like, yeah, I might have to come to your place and see what needs to go. I'm like, oh, my God. Ma'am, please with the laughter of it all. This is going to be a mess. And that was the end of the episode. Child, let's just jump right on into episode 6, day 8 of marriage. So it's the last day in Panama. They're waking up. We see all the couples getting ready to head back to the shared apartment, and we're back in Austin. They get to the apartments. They're really nice. They're looking around. I said, oh, baby, they really decorated these apartments. Okay, they lost the budget on other things, but they really made sure that they made the apartments look nice. Rhonda and Pat. So she brought her doggies with her, and she's letting him know yet again that she has not shared a space in 25 years. She told him that their safe word is pineapples. I'm about to yell pineapples if you mention normally I don't live with the man. Normally, if you mention that one more time, I'm going to scream pineapples. I'm going to just start calling you Kevin McAllister since you want to be home alone. Girl, bye. Brittany and Will. So they're talking, and Britt has come to terms with the fact that it's her past insecurities that are making her feel like Will isn't attracted to her. I am so happy that you came to terms with that, Brittany. That's really a big thing. That's major. I'm glad that you recognize that, okay? Because this is a totally different relationship, and you have to give it some time. I'm so proud of you. Honey, shout out to Drake, Belinda, and Chad. So they're unpacking. If y'all don't get these nasty airport suitcases off this bed, I am going to scream. That is just nasty. Do you know what comes up and through an airport? And then y'all took it all the way to Panama and then brought it all the way back to Austin. Y'all don't piss me off. The biggest thing Belinda is worried about is the way that he's going to treat her dog. She said her dog sleeps in the bed, and he's like, well, my dog and my cats do what they want to do. If they want to sleep in the bed, that's cool. If they don't, then that's cool too. Listen, Belinda, I am not okay with the dog sleeping in the bed. Megan and Derek. So he's telling her he uses all natural products to clean. He's like, a little lemon, a little vinegar. Megan is like, yeah, no. Okay, I do not want to smell vinegar all up and through. That is disgusting. So she goes to get her dog. And he's like, oh, she's so cute. Does she have a dog bed? She said, yeah, but she only sleeps in it when I'm gone. She sleeps in the bed. You and Belinda should have been matched. Okay? Because y'all got to have these dogs in the bed. I do not understand it. Dogs should not go in a human's bed. I am so sorry, dog people. They should not. They should have their own bed. So Derek goes, oh, great. It's not great. Derek, listen, because this is what I know it's tricky. Tell her how you feel. Like I said, you're going to have to walk on eggshells because he's afraid of her response. Any little thing, she is like a ticking time bomb. You never know what's going to set her off. And that is a horrible way to live. I was in a relationship with a person like that. Every time you said something to them, you never knew what their response was going to be. That is not healthy. It, makes your nervous system all unregulated. You need to get that under control right now. If you cannot calmly talk to her about regular schmegular things, then she needs to go. Moving forward. Now she said, you know what? If he treats my dog like a stepchild, then it's not gonna work. Girl gone. Some people are definitely just not dog people. Derek, listen. If you are not a dog person, tell her. Okay? She's about to get on my nerves so bad. Do you hear me? 47 days until decision day. So it's the first morning. Everybody's waking up in the shared apartment. Laura, why are we waking up to Jalen laughing? Listen, if this is going to be the first morning, honey, don't nobody want to hear Jalen laughing as soon as they wake up. Jalen and Josh. So Josh has finally said, I love you, and Jalen said it back. Belinda and Chad. So they brought her dog, Lovey, and he is barking at Chad. And Belinda's like, he just barks at people. That's just what he does. Yeah, because he knows that Chad is not the one. Girl, you better listen to that dog, honey. They be knowing. Dogs and small children will tell you everything you need to know about a person. It's just something in them that can pick out a fool a mile away. Jalen and Josh. So Jalen is introducing her spin class to Josh for the first time. And I'm happy that he gets to see her in her element, doing things that she likes to do. And they start the spin class. But Josh, I got to give it to you. You kept up. Because I could only last 2 minutes in that cycling class, honey. That cycling class is a big no for me. Okay? Direct me to the treadmill. So she's telling him, that she loves it. And he's telling her that he's happy to see her smile and be in her element. And I did think that it was very cool that he partook in her cycling class. I thought that was cool. That was cool, Josh. That was cool. Brittany and Will. So they go to her house. Now, this is a big one, y'all. They get to Brittany's house. Brittany is very proud of being so young and buying her first home. So, baby, he comes on in and she's showing him around. She said, Will is the first man to come inside of her home. She does not bring men to her house. So she's showing him around, but he's not saying anything. Okay, like nothing. He not saying much of nothing. I mean, do you think it's nice? Do you like it? It is gray, but say something. Now, she's proud of owning a home, and Will is like, I mean, it has a roof and 4 walls. Oh my gosh. Will was not saying one word, y'all. Not one. So then he notices that she has clothes folded up. She said, yeah, those are the clothes that I'm bringing with me. He said, what? You are not going to be able to wear all of those clothes. That's like 7 outfits a day. Like, what are you doing? So then she starts thinking. He said, what are you doing? She said, I'm just thinking. He said, well, don't hurt yourself. Will, enough. Because the jokes come across as digs. And they always say that there's a little bit of truth in every joke. Just stop. Like, it comes to a point. Now, she's upset because he acted like it was nothing. She starts crying. I'm very proud of my home. And it's the first. Baby, a house is a house. And maybe he just doesn't give big responses. I get that you're sensitive because you hoped for a bigger response. But this is what I had to learn. Okay. And this will save you a lot of trouble in the long run. Stop expecting you from other people. The way that you respond to something may not be how they are going to respond. One thing about me, honey, this is a fun fact. I am a gift giver. I am the ultimate gift giver. I give the best gifts. Everybody waits for Christmas because they know that I'm coming through with the best gift. If you didn't get anything, you can count on me through thick and thin. Okay? I'm going to be there with a good gift. Sometimes people don't respond how they should to said gift. When I was with that soon-to-be ex, he didn't respond how I thought he should have responded. Because I'm like, you should be turning the cartwheel. Why are you still looking me in my face? I should see the bottom of your heels. Like, how dare you still be looking me in my damn face? Do you know how hard I had to work to get you this gift? And then I had to think about it. It doesn't mean that he's not grateful for what I gave him. It just means that his response is not over the top like mine would be. Okay, because I'm throwing a full-on parade. But he was more so just like, oh, thank you, babe. But inside, he's, exploding with excitement. Now, Will is very hard to read, so I don't think that's him. But girl, just communicate to him that you thought that he would be a bit more excited about you having a home at your age and purchasing it on your own. Just tell him. Because no other man has ever seen your home, you need to tell him that. That means that he's extra special. Sometimes you just got to talk. Brittany is very sensitive. And Will may be a bit too dry for her. Okay? Because clearly her love language is words of affirmation. She needs that. She's upset and he has no idea why. Girl, use your words. Rhonda and Pat. So they're on the way to Rhonda's house. And she always wanted this particular home. She's been looking at it for years. And finally it was on the market and she got it. They walk inside. It's colorful and eclectic, just like Rhonda. And Britt's home, on the other hand, was very gray, just like she tends to be. Our homes really do reflect our personalities. That is crazy. But anyway, let's get back to it. But baby, when they got to that bedroom and she opened up that closet, I said, girl, what in the Play-Doh's closet is happening here? Why do you have every item of clothing that you've ever owned since the 80s? Girl, that is too many clothes. Now, I'm a person that loves shoes, but Rhonda, girl, that just don't make no damn sense. Do you even know what you have to wear every day? I mean, her closet runneth over. She could literally start her own thrift store. That's how many clothes she had in there. I was like, girl, you need to get that together. So then Pat brings up, how they're going to share space. He's like, well, I hope you can carve out a little corner. Rhonda said, hold them up, swallow them up. Wait a minute. Say what? You living here? I don't think so. She said, I don't know if we should live together at either of our homes. But, we'll talk about that later. Now is not the time. We're not going to talk about that today. Ma'am, that is huge. Instead of talking about you wanting to be named Jennifer when you were a kid, you should have been telling him, hey, I want to be married to you, but I want to live separately. That's not something you tell somebody once you get back. And the way that you shut him down, telling him, I don't want to talk about that right now. Now's not the time to be talking about that. Rhonda, that's rude. Okay, that was rude. You truly are a piece of work, girl. Megan and Derek. So Derek is taking a walk and he's telling us about the first night and how it was a little bit rough because Zoe was barking and she was all up on his side of the bed. So he couldn't get no sleep. And they also got into a little bit of a disagreement about who should be walking the dog. So he gets back home and Megan comes out. They sit down, they talk. He tells her, yesterday was really unexpected. And, it's your dog. And I was just a bit surprised that you wanted me to walk him. At first I said no, but then I said yes. But I thought we were going to walk him together, not me doing it alone. Well, baby, what'd he say that for? She got so snappy. She's like, you know what? Then you'll never do it again. Okay? If you don't want to do it, then you don't have to do it. You won't do it again. I will just do it. So then he tells her, well, what are you getting upset about? I feel like I've been more than compromising on everything. From the dog being in the bed. Oh, baby, when he said the dog being in the bed, she said, and I've been compromising as well. He said, by doing what? Tell me one thing that you've compromised on. She said, like the cleaning products. He said, so you don't want to use the cleaning products? Megan, you are nuts. Girl, get a grip. You know what? If you want to use Mr. Clean, use it. Okay? You cannot immediately put off all of the responsibility of your damn dog on him. This is new to him. It's the first night, the first day. Y'all should have discussed who's going to do what. Hey, when the dog needs to be walked, you want to alternate times? Like, how do you want to do that? Because if this is how you're responding when it comes to a dog, what y'all going to do when y'all have a baby? Like, somebody let me know something. Because what is happening? So then he said, well, I compromised on the dog being in the bed. She said, what? Okay, see, if you're just going to use it against me, then that's some BS. Okay, let me just say this. I get that she feels like he's throwing it in her face after he agreed to it. That ain't cool, Derek, because you should have said it in the moment. I don't want him to sleep in the bed. You should have just said that. Okay, and then she would have known. So I kind of understand her getting upset because now he's throwing it in her face after he agreed to it. But I also think that Megan, you said it matter-of-factly without considering him at all. You stated it plain. The dog sleeps in the bed. You didn't say, is that okay with you? Nothing. You just said the dog sleep in the bed. Derek, honey, speak up. Speak your speech, okay? Stop being afraid of her tantrums. She needs to grow the hell up. If you got something to say it. Okay? And what's she gonna do? Nothing. So then she says, I'm pissed. Oh, girl, that ain't nothing new. And what else is going on? You're always pissed. You wake up pissed. You go to bed pissed. What is new? So then she gets up and she storms out. So then she comes out and she says, and I even deal with the fact that you leave the toilet seat up and I put it down for you. And I don't say anything about that. I don't bitch about that. Oh, baby, her and Zoe would be looking for me in the daytime with a flashlight. Do you hear me? There is no way that I will put up with Megan. Absolutely no way. Moving forward. Derek, let me tell you something, honey. I know you scared as hell to make a move, and that is crazy because there should be no reason why you should be afraid to say anything. So he's still trying to find a way to rationalize it. Talking about, both of us are new to this. And, I just feel like there's going to be some times where we might not agree. Derek, please. He gets up and goes to the restroom door. He said, can we just start over? So then he tells her, listen, maybe my expectations were different and maybe I should have been wanting to walk the dog. Okay. Maybe I should have said something. But with her sleeping in the bed, I'm normally not okay with that. But you told me she was going to sleep in the bed as opposed to asking me if she was going to sleep in the bed. He said, I want us to talk about our expectations. Maybe that will be better. So then she says, well, in the confessional, I don't have any empathy for him because I don't understand why he's aggravated. I just feel like he's not realizing the way that he's coming off. What? Girl, are you serious? Let me tell you something, Derek. You are a better person than me. These little tantrums are going to get old quickly. They should not pair a dog lover with a non-dog lover. Okay? That is a big thing. I know people think finances, children, baby, these animal lovers, they do not play about their animals. So if you are a person who likes your dog to lick you in your mouth and tap dance on your damn counters and get in your bed head to foot, then you don't need to find a person that keeps the shoes by the front door, that mops the floors on every Sunday, that has everything color coordinated in their closet and has never seen a piece of animal hair in their home. You just don't need to be matched with them. That's just the bottom line. This season is full of puppies. When I say full, I do mean full of puppies. Belinda and Chad. So they're going to this place to shoot bow and arrows. Now, I was of the impression that they were at the gun range the way Belinda was carrying on. I've never shot before. Belinda, relax. Okay, honey, relax. You're shooting bow and arrows. You're going to be fine. So they start shooting the bow and arrow and whatnot. And Belinda said to Chad, if today was decision day, what would your decision be? He said yes. She was like, mine would be yes as well. Girl, that bow and arrow got you feeling like that? Did Cupid come through and shoot you with one? Girl, what are you talking about? If today was decision day, you would say yes. Girl, goodbye and good night. Megan and Derek. Child, Derek is dressed like a Vegas showgirl. Do you hear me? Why do you have on all this damn sequin? And why are y'all color coordinating it? What is going on? So Pastor Cal shows up and he's there to visit him, to get into it if they gonna get into it. And he's asking about the dogs. He wants to know if Derek is okay with it. I am. No. Okay, you're not. And Pastor Cal wasn't buying it either. Pastor Cal didn't even sit down. Do you hear me? He was just standing up in the kitchen. I say, look, that tells you that he knows what time it is. He's not even about to get comfortable because he knows y'all finna play in his damn face. Now, he's trying to get her to see when she shuts down, it really hurts Derek. And she says she goes into flight or fight. So it's no way for her to regulate her emotions. She just instantly gets upset. So they finally sit down. Okay, yeah, go on, sit down, honey. Rest yourself. Pastor Cal wants to know what they respect about each other and what they need more of. So Derek said that he respects her humor and her work ethic. Derek, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Never in the history of ever have I heard a man say that he respects my humor. That is a new one. You know what, Misha? I respect your humor. Yes, I do. One of the things I love about you, you're humorous and I respect it. Child, please. He don't like that woman. And he can't find nothing nice to say, so he respects her humor. Child, please. I ain't seen her say nothing funny yet. Megan then says, one thing that we can work on is sometimes he can be aloof, like with Zoe. He said, okay, well, next time, just say that if that's how you feel. So then she looks to Pastor Cal and says, see, do you see the harsh tone? Megan. Baby, it's giving Karen. Do you hear me? This is a harsh tone. Is the harsh tone in the room with us? Huh? You say what? Oh, okay. Moving forward. Pastor Cal said it's not the tone. It's the way his body language and his demeanor changed. Maybe that's the problem. He said, I noticed that you guys stopped touching each other. And then the posture changed. All of this is just different. Now, he wanted Derek to not say anything, stop, nod and smile and take it so that she won't feel attacked. That was awful advice, Pastor Cal. I'm sorry. That was awful. Because why should he have to pretend that he's doing something that he's not doing? That's not how this works. Now he's telling Derek, you know what? Let me see you do something different. Go ahead and fix it. So then he tried 2 different ways. She's like, no, I don't like that way. No, that way is like a 5. Let me tell you something. This marriage is going to be miserable if they stifle their feelings. Now, I'm all for not triggering each other, but both people's feelings need to be taken into account. You're just worried about her, and that's not fair. Brittany and Will. So, child, it's another scene of let's be awkward until decision day. Pastor Cal stops by. Hey, sir. They go in. They take a seat. These two are sitting so far apart that I thought Brittany was back on episode 5. Ma'am. Come on over to episode 6. Come on over, baby. Come on over, honey. Moving forward. They started talking about how there's been ups and downs, and Pastor Cal said, okay, so what are the ups? What are the good things? Crickets. But I'm talking about they ain't saying nothing. So then Brittany goes, well, there's been some. She said, one problem is I'm very expressive and it's all over my face, and he's the complete opposite. So she brings up taking him to her house and how he didn't react to her house the way that she wanted him to, but he reacted to the amount of clothes that she was bringing to the house. So he said, well, how would you have wanted me to respond? Pastor Cal said, listen, it's not about the house. It's bigger than the house. Okay? She wants you to love her like she needs to be loved. And he also told her, but to you, Brittany, girl, he cannot read your mind. Like, let's just be so serious. She said, well, I didn't say anything because I didn't want him to be like, oh, Lord, it's always something. Here she goes again. because she knows that there are things about her that annoy him. And Pastor Cal told her, well, listen, you're a big girl. And he turned to Will. He said, she can take it. She's probably stronger than you think. And Will sitting over there thinking to himself, no, the hell she ain't. No, the hell she not. So then he brings up the intimacy talk and how that didn't go well. So that's how he knows she is not stronger than Pastor Cal thinks. She said, well, I just felt rejected. Pastor Cal told him, listen, she wanted you to just let her know that it wasn't that you are not attracted to her, but that you just need to take a little break. She needed comfort and she needed you to cover her. So then Pastor Cal asked him if he wanted her. He turns and looks to Brittany and he says, yes. I'm talking about looking directly at her. So then Pastor Cal said, look, he's looking at you. He meant that. He looked at you. He meant that. So then he asked her the same question. It took her about like a minute or two, but then she says, yes, with like her hand covering her face. And he said, why did it take you so long? And she said, vulnerability is not really her thing. Let me tell you something. These people are wearing me thin. Okay, it's not like I couldn't stand to lose a few, so I appreciate y'all. But my God, okay, Brittany, baby, you have a lot of insecurity and a lot that you need to work on. Will, you're not perfect, okay? You need to come out of your shell just a little bit. Like, damn. Like, I just don't understand it. You're going to have to learn that you need to use your words at times. Will is very hard to read, but I feel like if these two talked a little bit more, then maybe they could get over this hurdle. But I'm not completely sold that Will is completely all in. Rhonda and Pat. So they get a visit from Dr. Pia and she comes on in. She wants to know how things are going. They said that they are, having a few bumps in the road, just like everybody. And they're on the same damn road. Everybody's road is bumpy. Rhonda then says, I'm just so happy to have a man that recognizes where there are opportunities for him to do the work and that's open to listening and making things work and changing himself. Rhonda, do you need to do any work? You really act like you're perfect. Do you need to do anything to make yourself better? Patrick then says, well, I worked really hard when we went to your place to be intentional and to really listen. So then Rhonda, because she loves to course correct, she then says to Patrick, well, you know what I didn't like? And you did it just a few minutes ago when we were over on the couch. I didn't like when I told you about the mountain biking group and you didn't respond the way that I wanted you to respond. You didn't say, oh, wow, how do you know about the group? You just started telling me, oh, I know that group, trying to prove to me that you have your act together. Rhonda, what are you talking about? So because he was not impressed that you knew about a damn group, you mad because he was trying to impress you by telling you he knew about a damn group? What is wrong with y'all? So then Dr. Pia said, well, can you rephrase that? She said, okay, well, I just don't feel heard. Okay. And I didn't in that moment. Dr. Pia then says, how do you feel hearing about yourself, Patrick? Now, he tried to be nice and come up with this politically correct answer, but then he turned around and said, I don't want to use this word, but I feel attacked. But I know that Rhonda is just very direct. Rhonda may be an egg. Okay, that's what I'm getting. He can't do nothing right. When I say nothing, I damn do mean nothing. So Dr. Pia said, Patrick, do you know what a safe space feels like? He said a non-strong response. That would be a safe space for me. So then Dr. Pia says, well, I feel like, Rhonda, you had a strong response. Do you feel that way? And the short answer is yes. So then Rhonda says, well, how can I fucking fix something that I don't know is happening? Now, I'm going to tell y'all, this is just me. Okay, it may not be anybody else. I know we're all adults. But first off, I don't speak to people who cuss when they speak to me, especially in situations where we're sharing our feelings. You need to fix that first because it's all about respect. You need to show him some respect when you speak. Did he cuss when he talked to you? He did not. Dr. Pia wants to know how he can fix it. So then she said he needs to tell her in the moment, ma'am, if this is how you respond, then I don't blame him. You and Megan and Brittany and this, baby, everybody's crazy. Now she's upset because she feels like at first he loved her energy. He loved the fact that she was direct and now it's a problem. She said that's the same thing that happened in her other relationships. The thing is, Rhonda does not mind correcting others, but when they express their thoughts, it's an issue. That's the problem. So then Dr. Pia tells her, well, he's not your ex. Rhonda then says, well, my ex said the exact same thing. He's still not your ex. So then he told her, I don't see you being direct as a negative. I really don't. I love that about you. So then he said, I just may have to work on how I receive your directness. And if it's hitting me in a place that's uncomfortable, then I'll give you some feedback. Absolutely not. Abso-damn-lutely not. He is being the people pleaser that he said he was. This is not going to fly. This ain't going to work. Because the thing is, these people want things their way. I cannot stand a person that wants things exactly how they want it. Oh, this is just the way I am. I am the way I am. I cannot stand an I am the way I am person. He is entitled to his feelings as well. And now you got me over here taking up for a man, and you know I hate to do that. But Rhonda, this don't make no sense. And why are these experts trying to convince these people to bend to the other party and only consider their feelings? That is so unfair and ridiculous. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. She says she believes him, but she doesn't feel safe now. Okay, girl, well then kick rocks. Brittany and Will. So they're talking about the conversation and how it was needed. And he said, you know, it's going to take some work to make it work. And hopefully she knows that he's going to show up like she does. She says she realizes that there are things that he's passionate about. When he says something, he really looks at her, and that's big for her. She's like, you know, I like you. Do you like me? He said, yeah. Child, their relationship gives me high school vibes. Baby, y'all are giving straight high school. Do you hear me? It appears that they're going back to Pound Town. Okay, that's back in play. But I just hope the both of you can keep it together after y'all do the deed. Rhonda and Pat. So baby, Rhonda is in her feelings. She's taking the dogs for a walk. So then she says that Pat is afraid to open up because of past relationships and because of those women's responses to it. And now, because of the way that she responds, he's going to shut down even more. And it's an endless loop. And she just needs to get away. She's like, I just need to get away and I just need to take care of myself. Rhonda, you are getting on my nerves. Okay? I know that you think you don't have any flaws, but you do. Okay? You're getting on my nerves. And that was the end of the episode. Child, those are episodes of 5 and 6. I will be back with 7. I hope that everyone had a great week. Y'all come back for 7. This is a long one because I put 5 and 6 together because we'll be here all night. Okay? We will literally be here all night. Comment down below and I'm going to comment back. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.